What does it actually take to put an application into the hands of users?
The long and winding road.
We'll follow the long and winding road from a git tag to a package that someone can actually install. On the way, we'll go through 7 architectures, we'll go through Launchpad, GitHub, but it's not all going to go to plan. I want to support everyone eventually, but I have to start somewhere. And this computer runs Ubuntu, so I'm going to start there. On Ubuntu, Holder is split into 4 packages that build on top of the distribution. The bottom one is called Cast. So we're in Cast. So we have this version here. I'll grade that to 9. I haven't quite figured out yet how to have one file. So let's try project.toml. So we're going to make. Then we're going to git commit -a -m release cast 0.1.9. We're going to push, and then we're going to do the git tag 0.1.9. Then we're going to git push, and that's made a new tag, which should make GitHub stand to attention. So it's running in this release workflow. It's running everywhere. So it's built for the C++ in Ubuntu, the C++ in Mac. It's now building the C++ in Windows. It's built the Python on Mac. Now it's building the Python on Windows. 11 out of 12 jobs completed, so those are all fine. So now just this one Windows 3.9 is still going. Developers. That's the official Windows song. So that one's completely done. So main is now happy. So now just this tag one. And that's doing the same, and now it's still waiting for the Python 3.9 on Windows. Developers. If you don't do the spell, it doesn't work. Developers. You have to keep the ghost of Steve Ballmer happy. Developers. Okay, now it's all passed. So the PyPI build is now running. It's building the SDist and the wheels. So you get the wheels on the platforms that have been blessed by the PSF. And the other platforms get the SDist. Okay, so now we've done the publish release, and now we're doing the PyPI publish. It's pulling all those things it made in for all the different versions of Python it supports in wheel form, which we've talked about before is a bit arbitrary, which OSs they support and don't. But I don't know what they've got against the BSDs. So 1.9 is happily going. PyPI seems happy. So there we go, view out there. So it was 0.1.9 a minute ago. So we started in Feb. And then March, May, half a minute ago. So that's pretty ace. So upload cast to Launchpad, that ran 5 minutes ago. So we did upload Noble, upload Resolute. I haven't got very far with packaging. You can use Python on any system, and you can compile it yourself on any system. But get the actual binaries through your package manager. We've currently only got Ubuntu. So upload cast to Launchpad, it ran, it had 2 jobs, Noble and Resolute. So now we need to go to Launchpad. There we go, we've got cast packages. Oh, it's not finished yet. So it's built it for AMD 64, AMD 64 V3, PP64L, and these other ones are still building. Build score 2510, so it's a kind of American Idol thing where they decide where to build it based on the score, and you get a score about how important it is to build it, and they build it in the priority of the score, but it seems to be building anyway. So I got enough points to get built. It depends how busy they are. We've got Noble and we've got Resolute. So Resolute is 2604 and Noble is 2404, but we haven't got any others that between that point. It's all a bit in the beginning. Recent upload has resulted in 9 pending builds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's still queuing for the IBM 390 series, but it's building all the rest. That's your ARM platforms. Raspberry Pi's got its own operating system. Raspbian or whatever it's called now. Ended up with 2 PPAs. Don't know if it's good or not, but a PPA for cast and a PPA for holder. And people can care about cast without caring about holder. Okay, so we're still waiting for RISC. It's done ARM64. S390X thing again. S390X is the 64-bit IBM Z architecture used primarily in high-end IBM mainframe computers such as IBM Z and Linux One. Distinct from x86 64 ARM architectures, it uses big endian formatting and is highly optimized for extreme scalability, security, and massive transaction data processing workloads typically found in finance and enterprise sectors. Because the instruction set is natively incompatible with commodity hardware, developers compiling code for S390X must account for its unique architecture. Fortunately, enterprise Linux distributions are fully supported. Ubuntu, Red Hat, SUSE, Fedora. Better without the doors. More fun without the doors. Launchpad has made all these wonderful cast packages. So the command line binary tool, the library itself, the Python wrapper. Cast is just about hardware detection, but Hold the Daemon depends on it. So I need to build Hold the Daemon next once that's built. And then I need to build the desktop. So I'm going to start packaging. Again, we're going to start. So this branch has the first Ubuntu PPA packaging. It makes the Meson project install all the stuff. So Holder meta package depends on Holder desktop, which depends on Holder daemon, and that requires cast as well. Don't have any cool checks or anything on this repo yet. There's the Launchpad file, which I've got no idea if it works or not. We'll find out. It requires all these things. So we've got a man page, got the Debian files. So we're taking the version from the .version file. So we try and have a single source of truth for the version, so we don't have to edit it all over the place. And then we get it there, and we just get it using cat. We just cat the version, and then we have a top level version file, which 0.1.6, so it matches the backend. Okay, so I can merge this now because it's not gonna shoot. Okay, so now we have upload hold the desktop to Launchpad, but it's not gonna shoot until we upload a tag. So we're all right for now. Gonna wait for cast to be built when I'm gonna make holder daemon depend on that, and then I'm going to make holder desktop depend on holder daemon, and then the holder mecha package will depend on holder desktop. By the end of all that, somebody can get the PPA and do sudo apt install holder, and they'll get holder. Yay! And that'll be the first packaging. And then we have to do all the other Linux distributions, Mac, Windows, BSD, whatever else. It's a long road. Yeah, so we're going to need like Arch Linux, BSD. We're going to need Flatpak, Snap, app images, some kind of Mac distribution, some kind of Windows distribution. So it's a long old road it's going to do. But let's try to get one install path, which is Ubuntu, for no particular reason apart from the fact I'm using Ubuntu here. So there we go. So we're on the road. We're on the road to a first release, or a 0.1.6 release, which is the first release, and it's going to be from Ubuntu. I mean, you get the rest of Linux and the BSD's done pretty soon. We got the Mac and Windows. It's going to be a little bit more, but it's just building the thing. I wonder how far you'd get with Ubuntu on Windows, with the Windows subsystem for Linux. Still think it's going. I mean, now it's not too bad. Really, from what you get, because they've got to have a packaging farm, unless it's doing it on virtual machines. But there probably is it could be a packaging farm where there's an IBM server sitting there, and they've got a RISC server sitting there, and then they're done. They are done. Finished. Cast is absolutely finished. So brilliant. Well done, Launchpad. So now I got all of them in. It's pretty good. Most of them are in 5 minutes. So we've got 7 packages times 4 times 2. So I built 46 Debian packages. So now my job is to go packages in cast packages. And I need to go copy packages. I need to copy that. And destination PPA holder. Copy existing binaries. Request a sync of 2 packages to holder. So that's good. So packages in holder, there's cast. Epic. We're getting there. Okay, so these are happily copied now to the holder PPA. So we can now do the next bit and publish the next level up. With some other operating systems, we'll just put them all in one big blob. It's a bit simpler. So we're going to release the tag. So we've done cast, and now we're going to do holder daemon. We're ahead of one commit, which was just updating the number to 1.0.1.6. So we're gonna git push, and then we're gonna git push the tag as well, and that's gonna trigger the workflow. So we've got a release. We're a little bit stingy on workflows at the moment. We've just got this one doing everything else from the desktop. So we could run the unit test and run all the liners from the pipeline. So we're building the Debian package. Okay, got some angry messages, but it didn't seem to matter. Okay, we've got some angry things because JavaScript has changed. As always, JavaScript changes every day. So now we go back to here, and we have, there it is, Holder 0.1.6. There it is. So it's building all the packages. So 2 out of 3 triggered. So this is a fun thing. So the builds passed on Noble. The builds are all green on Noble, but on Resolute they're all kaboom. Failed to build. The API of low man. That's low man. That's a low blow man. The nlowman JavaScript library has changed something. So there's a newer version of this nlowman library on Resolute than there is on Noble. So there's a problem with dependencies. Supply chain are hell already. So we're gonna do it all again. So we're gonna do git. Okay, so we've updated my little fix. I'm gonna push it, and we're gonna do git push the tag again. So 7. So that's gonna run it all again. So we updated to 1.7. We did this, and then the format broke it down. So we changed the type there and there. So we have to cast that. So wrap this JSON. It's kind of like a cast. It's like wrap this body in an optional JSON body. So before it was just happy with body, but now it needs to be wrapped in this. Will it work on both? Let's find out. Let's hope we don't break it on 16 on the new one, and then I go up to 1.7. So we might have to test it on Resolute. We have to wait again. So in Resolute, we have an ARM HF, and in Noble, we have an ARM64. So we managed to build on one architecture in both, so that's a good sign. Okay, so it's doing Debian-y things. It's looking good. Things are building nicely. So we're there. So these are all coming in now. Okay, so Holder Desktop now needs to rely on 0.1.7 because 0.1.6 didn't work on Resolute. We have them built. So we got ticks, tick, tick. So this time Holder Daemon built for Resolute, and it still builds for Noble. So we got over that JSON API change. So next is the exciting part, the new thing, which is the desktop. Okay, so we required 1.7, the desktop package. It's going to stay on 0.1.6 because they would probably make mistakes. So I would like them to be aligned, but it's not right now. It's worked. That's worked. Nice. And this one is for the other one, and that's doing the same thing. So that is now going over to Launchpad. That's working. And by the magic of television, it's done. So the code went to GitHub and then was sent to Launchpad. And now in Launchpad, there it is, desktop. So we got Noble. Wow, built on ARM64 and then died on PowerPC, another IBM platform. So you used to have PowerPCs in the Macs before they went Intel, and then before ARM, before Intel was PowerPC, but they're also on the servers. Yeah, PowerMac, that was a beast, wasn't it? Look at that. So these are like mainframes. Are we running GNOME on this? I don't know. Are we running desktop on this? I'm not sure. Somebody got this in their house? That'd be cool, wouldn't it? I guess you could just have that. You can just get one of them. Oh, what's that? That's like a mini version of that. A handheld. It's not a product, but somebody made their own. Oh, look how cute that is. Anyway, that thing died, but it worked on ARM, but then Resolute worked on this thing. I'm going to give it a kick. I say we give it another go. Okay, build has been queued. Nice, the rest are kind of happening pretty quick. So what's happening there? So it sets up all the stuff to set up an Ubuntu system, and then it compiles it. It's building package holder desktop. So it's coming together. We have the AMD, ARM64, ARM HF, and it's built the holder desktop packages, and it's built the holder meta package as well. So the user can, if they've got the PPA, they can do apt install holder, and they'll get the whole kit and caboodle. Which at the moment is the same as doing holder desktop. And other kind of platforms, you might get the whole thing anyway, like Flatpak or AppImage. You just get the whole thing as one, but in Ubuntu, you can have the back end. You don't have to have my front end. You can have your own front end, or just use the interfaces that come with the back end, the command line interfaces. One use case could be that you have the back end on like a Raspberry Pi or something, or even a server, and you tunnel the front end to it, but you don't actually need to do that. The other approach is just to rely on Git, so you can just have a back end and a front end running on different machines, and then Git will sync them all together. So that's the easier plan. This is the key one here. Oh, and it passed this time. So that's just something a bit flaky in the whatever this machine is. There are at this moment plenty of Power 8 machines being sold by different companies. It's not aimed for the PowerPC Max. Oh, we've got a thing. Platy.debian.org is sponsored by Oregon State University and IBM, and it's in Oregon State University. There's a Power 9 machine. Yeah, so it seems to be like a server, an IBM server, mainframe, whatever. So that's looking pretty happy so far. Oh yeah, there's RISC and another kind of server. This is the future, RISC v64, but perhaps not the present. Okay, so the PowerPC is happy now after we got kicked once. I mean, to be fair, AMD 64 is the only one that actually matters. I mean, some people will be using ARM64. I do want to get a RISC board at one point, like a single board RISC computer, but it seems they're a bit in flux at the moment. So I'm probably wait a couple of years for that. There are these ones, Space MIT. So that's the old one, Vision 5. So still chucking some of these platforms, but basically it means that now somebody can add the PPA and do app install holder. So Ubuntu, at least on AMD 64, will work through the PPA. Developers can just compile it themselves on any Linux they want.
Country roads, take me home.
It's a bit of a skill I need to learn in how to, like, I can develop my project and record at the same time. So thanks for watching and getting to the end. Please subscribe, please like, please give a comment, and see you next time. Go code something.